According to reports, Jamar Chase will not play Week 12. That leaves a lot of you in a bind, and I'm here to try and help solve your dilemma. Try and help you get the right players in the lineup, so you can help. So I can help you win your Week 12 matchup. We're gonna break all that down and more. The Fantasy Football Show begins now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios, it's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
What is going on, everybody? My name is Smitty. You're watching the Fantasy Football Show, and yeah, this isn't great news. We had all expected Jamar Chase to be back. What's going on, Logan? We expected Jamar Chase to be back for week number 12. According to the scores, Dalton Schultz reports Bengals Bengals wide receiver Jamar Chase questionable with the hip, won't play in week number 12 against the Titans. Now, this isn't confirmed, but I've been kind of waiting to go live on this to see if this news was accurate enough. It sounds to be the case, but you never know until we get confirmation on further confirmation, from the team or from Jamar or something a little bit more. I don't want to say credible, but a little bit more concrete feeling. We can't say he's for sure out, but it does sound like he's not going to play according to these reports, and we'll have to play it by ear. Now, the positive thing is that he was close enough to maybe go, and the thing that I think we all need to keep in mind is it's 1 week, and if anybody has played, if anybody was, and I don't think he's necessarily shut down for the playoffs, Steve. That's an overreach at this point. I think it's more so like they need to make the playoffs, bro. They need to make sure they secure their spot, and I think at this point it's kind of like they want to make sure they don't ruin the rest of the season. Remember when he came back after injuring the hip, and we were all greedy, and we said, hey, get him out there. Why is he out? He had such a great first half. I wish he'd come back out and have another amazing second half. And then he comes out and gets it re-injured, and then he doesn't play until this very moment. He's been out the entire time. I feel greedy looking back on that. Like, he had a great first half. They should have shut him down the remainder of that game, but they didn't. They pushed him, and he played. I think they want to make sure they don't do that again, and I'm glad that they're taking a little bit of precaution for this. This is one game. If I need Jamar Chase to win this week, maybe my team doesn't, necessarily deserve to make the playoffs. So I'm okay sitting him so that I can have him in my fantasy football playoffs. You know what I mean? So we got to look at this as a positive. This will get him one step closer to being healthy. Most likely he plays, I would say, his next contest, but you never know. It could be something where he tweaked it again, but we don't have any information at all other than this report right here. And I've been kind of waiting for the updates, and they haven't really been coming, so I didn't want to wait too much longer before going live. But usually these things have a piece of news that breaks, and then I can dig into it a little further and find more concrete information. But it doesn't feel like this is going to be wrong. So this is the news we have. Yes, Rashad White, Mike White season. Hopefully he has a good week this week. I see your comments, guys. File on in. Hit that thumb up button on your way in the door. I don't know why no one gets notifications right now when I go live. I don't understand. But they don't. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by what? What did he say? White season? What do you think he meant by that, bro? It's Rashad White season or it's Mike White season. We don't know which one he's talking about, but both those players are balling out this week. So what do you think he means by that? They should just keep him benched till the playoffs. They're doing fine without him. Yeah, they might, bro. What's up, Jacobs? Hey, Smitty, with Chase out, I'm starting Rashad White at flex. Should I start him or Pittman at flex? You start Rashad White, baby. As Trayvon just said, it's Rashad White season, baby. It's Rashad White season. Put him out there. What's up, Freddie? I mean, this is bad news. Like, we wanted him to come out here. You know what I'm saying? We want him to come out here and play. Just benched Connor for White at flex. That's fine. It is Rachaad White season. Get going. Get on your horse, Rachaad. Hey, I meant Zamir White too, says Sean. Maybe. Higgins top 10 play this week with Chase out. Probably. Probably top 8 to 12. Carr, Garoppolo, Connor, Saquon. It's a little too long there, Tyler. Nobody worth noting on my bench. I'm 4-7 trade deadlines next week. I don't know, bro. I mean, I would love for you to trade Connor and like Cooks for somebody. Connor and Thielen for somebody. Just a slight little bump somewhere. You know, I like the idea of getting rid of Freiermuth and upgrading him into Andrews. Does Swift have a chance at becoming fantasy relevant, or does look? I don't know. I wish I knew the answer to Swift questions, but the answer is nobody knows. You know, he scored 3 times in a row. I mean, he's not forgotten. 3 times in a row is pretty good. He's got 3 touchdowns in 3 straight games. I know Jamal's been doing better, but this is the first, week that we had this past week where he practiced totally unlimited, and we thought he'd get more run. He didn't, but he looks good when he's out there. He scored a touchdown again. Wouldn't shock me if Jamal got banged up, in like weeks 12 or 13 or 14, just because he's not used to being a full-time running back. This isn't me wishing injury upon anybody. People need to get over that. Okay, we're a fantasy football prediction show. There's somebody that said this is the only, I forget in the comments somewhere, somebody said something like, this is the only channel that celebrates injury. We don't celebrate injury. Not to mention, whenever somebody goes down and I'm like, somebody is coming in, I usually say something, and I did this time. The first thing I said was that we're not wishing injury or celebrating injury to Leonard Fournette, but it's Rachaad White season. And I prefaced it, and people still complain. They still complain. And it's like, whatever. We're get over it. We're a fantasy football show. We're going to be celebrating the rise of people that we think are going to do well and be amazing. Why did I even get on this topic? What was I saying? Somebody remind me what I was about to say. Appreciate you, Feather. Afternoon, brother. Full PPR. Start 2 ETN, Rachaad White. Jeff Wilson, probably, bro, Etienne and Wilson can't be benched. I don't know if you can find another way to put Rachaad White in your lineup. Mark Cleveland in the house. What's up, Mark? What was I saying? Before I got distracted by Bob. Yeah, I was talking about people wanting to complain, but there's a specific point I was making. I don't know. All I'm here to say right now is that Njoku or Moreau, probably Njoku. I love Smitty more than my dad. Jeez, Feather. I don't know if that's a compliment or a dig. If you love me more than your dad, that means you don't love your dad that much. So how could you love me that much more? You know what I'm saying, bro? But I do appreciate the underhanded, amazing, probably one of the nicest things anybody's ever said to me. I love you more than my dad. It's one of the nicest and saddest things I've ever heard in my life. But I will not go get ice and not come back, Feather. I will be here for you, okay? When I go get ice, I come right back. JT, Aaron Jones, Tyreek, Debo, DK, Higgins. I have White on my bench and hate it. Who can I start over him? JT, maybe Aaron Jones, bro. Not JT. Higgins is your flex. Maybe Higgins, but Higgins just got a bump in value. DK. Can you put Higgins in your wide receiver 2, put DK in your flex, or do you have to start 3 wide receivers, Torch? If you got to start 3 wide receivers, it's Aaron Jones onto the bench. Smitty, do you like Dameon Pierce or Olave? I like Olave a little bit more this week. The matchup's pretty bad. Smitty, you were talking about Swift, thank you. Mason. Appreciate you. Mason Hughes reminding me. Nicest and saddest thing I've ever heard in my life. That's true. It's true. Smitty, I love you more than my dad. It makes me want to cry out one eye with happiness and cry out the other eye with sadness. And then go get ice. This is too much pressure. I can't be his father right now. I got big things coming. Okay, here. This is what I was saying about Swift. Jamal, wouldn't shock me. Mark my words right now. Injury. That's what I was saying. Wasn't celebrating injury. Wouldn't shock me at all. Wouldn't shock me at all if Jamal came out in week 12 or 13 and got injured. Mainly because this dude's not used to being leaned upon to this degree. You know what I mean? He's had injury issues in the past in like Green Bay, and staying healthy's been kind of tough for him like over the long haul. So wouldn't be shocked at all if all of a sudden, like, no one's thinking about that. Everyone's just assuming Swift is never going to rise up again, never get the opportunity again. Wouldn't shock me at all if week like 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17, or weeks 15, 16, 17, this guy DeAndre Swift had the backfield, not to himself because they still run some sort of committee with him, but it wouldn't shock me at all if he was getting 100 total yards and a touchdown, on the regular. So, do I give up on him? No. Do I worry about him? Yes. Do I contemplate starting? Do I start Rachaad White over him all day long? Do I start Olave over him all day long? Do I start guys like Dameon Pierce over DeAndre Swift? Yes, I still start Dameon Pierce over Swift. But do I give up on him? It depends on the term give up. Does that mean like put him on the bench? Probably, depending on your option. Probably say safer on the bench until he explodes. But he has scored 3 times in 3 games. I mean, it's not like he's dropped a 0 on you. He's scored about 8 points, 8 to 10, 8 to 12 points a game, depending on your scoring. So, I mean, there's some points being scored, but do I feel like out of nowhere he could become a top 10 running back again for 4 games, 3 games, 2 games? He certainly could, if Jamal went down. P. Ryan's a good play this week. Swift looks like Brees, no lie, says Overcome. He looks good on the field. He looks good. They just need to feed him. Why rush Chase even when he's ready? Wait 2 more weeks. They may wait 2 more weeks. Smitty, who's the ETN cuff now? Hasty or Hendo? It's Hasty for the moment, but maybe there's something going on behind scenes we don't know about that's making them potentially choose to secure another running back. You know what I'm saying? Eventually it could be Hendo, but for right now, there's a lot to learn for Hendo. I would assume that it's still Hasty, but eventually it could change. Also, keep in mind that like if the change of pace back, which is Hasty, if the starter goes down, they typically don't always move that player into the lineup. They want to keep that player as a change of pace role, and then they'll put Hendo in it at first or second down. So it definitely could be that pecking order. Another report here, Ian Rappaport is reporting that Odell Beckham Jr. is unlikely to play before late December. I tried to tell everybody this whole hype about Odell. Everybody just going crazy about Odell. Odell, let me roster Odell 8 weeks early. This was the original prognosis that this guy wouldn't even be close to ready until late December. And now there's this report here. He's not worth holding. Like, even if he comes back, he's going to be gingerly jumping around on the field his first game or 2 back. I don't think he helps anybody. So that's why I don't even roster him. He's not. I see him on the waiver wire. I don't even consider picking him up. I don't understand this whole let's grab him and pick him up. This piece of news dropped on Newswires today. Let me pull this on screen. Here's another. Here's 2 pieces of news that I would like to inform you about so you can make your best lineup decisions you can make so you can go out and be absolute monsters on the field yourself in week number 12, because you do go on the field. You go on the fantasy field. Broncos running back Latavius Murray removed from the injury report and will play week number 12. What does that mean? I don't know. I don't trust Nathaniel Hackett, but if that helps you out and you're in a bind, there you go. Aaron Jones' shin was removed from the injury report. He will play week 12. Get him in your lineups. Fire him up. Unless you got Rachaad White, then you got yourself a dilemma. Can I get a vote in the chat? Are we going with Rachaad White, or are we going with Aaron Jones? Let's hear what do you guys think in the chat. I'd love to hear what you guys think in the chat. Which player you choose? Are you an Aaron Jones truther against a Rachaad White, or are you starting the man known as Aaron Jones? I would love to know. Drop your comment and your preference in the chat. And let's hit some more questions. We might open the phone lines for a minute. Let's open the phone lines.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Dial into thy show, and I will help you out the best I can. Let's see here. We got Rachaad White. We got Rachaad White over Aaron Jones. Look at all the Rachaad White votes over Aaron Jones. So if you own Aaron Jones and you're like, should I start Aaron Jones or Rachaad White? There you go. A couple Aaron Jones. Who should I flex, Najee or White? Everyone's going to say Rachaad White, bro. No one's going to tell you. No one's going to tell you. What is going on in this photo? Is it just me, or does that look like you got all twisted up? What's going on there? That's a crazy photo. It's cool. It's a cool photo. It's like, I like it. Who's Bucks? Who wins? Bucks, Browns, then Jets or Bears? Give me the Bucks and give me the Jets. Give me the Mike White movement. Mike White, baby. Let's go, Mike White. Okay. Jeff Wilson or White full PPR. We're going we're probably going to go safe plays Jeff Wilson, bro. He's got the volume, he's got the offense. It is a great picture. Let's put that picture back up again. It's just like the perfect angle. Dude's going to throw a rocket. That's probably going to be a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Atta boy. All right. What are we doing here? Oh, I might not have the phone line totally open. I'm sorry. Go. Phone lines are open now. My bad. Can the Cardinals beat the Chargers? Sure they can. Can the Chargers beat the Chargers beat the Cardinals? Absolutely. They both can beat each other. They're both capable of winning that game. With Chase out, are we starting Boyd in PPR? Probably Corey. Higgins to the moon, maybe this week. You could say that, sure. All right, let's go to the voicemails. I got a couple more. This one's from
Josh Jacobs and Treylon Burks for A.J. Brown and Dameon Pierce. Who wins that trade?
Josh Jacobs and Treylon Burks for who? Who did he say? Josh Jacobs
and Treylon Burks for A.J. Brown and Dameon Pierce. Who wins that trade?
I'd probably take A.J. Brown and Dameon Pierce if it's me. But that's a good one. And then this one from Blake.
This sounds crazy, but would you start White over Etienne or JT just because of a favorable matchup this week?
I mean,
that and Fournette is doubtful as well.
I mean, we hit this all night long last night. No, you're not sitting Etienne. You're not sitting JT. You find a different way. Those are your running back 1 and running back 2 options. You find a different way. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show. Who am I talking to?
Hey, this is Freddie.
What's
I
up,
don't know
Freddie?
if it's my turn or someone else.
Well, Freddie, just take control, baby. What can I do for you?
All right, dude. Just real quick, just thanks for your show. It's like super awesome. But anyways, long story short,
Thank you.
I have just a real quick one for rest of the season. And then I don't know if you do a rating, but real quick, rest of the season for my quarterback, I have Tua and Lamar. And just wondered where I should go with that.
Well, I mean, given that, Lamar was taken off the injury report, but, I can understand why people are a little bit hesitant to believe that he's, fully healthy and all that. So, at this point, I would probably say, I'm going to look at some consensus data and try and see, what everybody else is saying across the industry to give you kind of an extra guidance here. But I would say that in general, I would say start Tua until Lamar gets, back on track. until you feel like Lamar's.
I like it.
Lamar's Lamar again. Now, I don't mind the matchup this week for Lamar, but Tua's got an unbelievable matchup against the Houston Texans, so it's probably going to be a pretty big day for him. I would just say put Tua in. If Lamar goes nuts, you're not going to feel bad about yourself because he hasn't delivered. He's been crapping the bed for several weeks in a row, and he's been banged up. So I would say put Tua in there. He's been balling out, and then if Lamar changes your mind, he gets back on track. You throw Lamar in there, and you got matchups to play, But until Lamar proves fully healthy, too, I would say you just kind of let him sit.
And then can I tell you my team, or is that it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right, cool. It's a PPR passing 6-point touchdowns, but we already did quarterback. I have my 2 running backs are Stevenson and White, and then I have 2 receivers as Lamb and Waddle, and then in my tight end I have Schultz with McCaffrey and Olave at my flex.
Olave, okay. I'm sorry, this is driving me nuts. I'm gonna put White as your flex and put CMC up top. I can't have CMC down below. Like, what are we doing here?
Oh,
what are we doing here? Show the man some respect. Okay, show them. You're gonna put him in your flex. Let's put him in the running back 1 spot. CMC.
I owe him.
Yeah, and Stevenson. How you put? What made you decide to put him in your flex? I'm just curious.
Oh, the time. Just one of the rules I learned logically is to put the lock position earlier, and that way, in case for whatever reason, I don't know, he could, he's CMC, he could break his ankle just walking. It feels like so.
Oh,
just
so
in case I got to swap him out. He plays 4 o'clock.
You're just assuming he's the most injury prone, like he could break his leg going to the lunchroom. You're saying, okay.
Like the last couple of years, yeah.
I guess you could also say that Leonard Fournette could come. Yeah, I understand. Okay, who's your quarterback? I couldn't.
We got Tua. I'm gonna stick now with Tua, baby, till we get Lamar.
This is the same team. Okay, this is the same team. Okay, so Tua, and then you got Lamar. Your trade deadline over?
No.
No. You may want to just toy around with the idea of either trading whichever one gets you more, and then you bank on the other one. But like you could maybe upgrade something here significantly. I don't know.
Yeah, I like that. I'm willing to ride with Tua now that look at it this way based on I'm set on Tua. I don't see.
You also have
anything
you
down
also have
there,
Waddle.
man.
You get that Waddle. Although if we could get you into Mark Andrews, you'd have the Lamar Andrews stack, and then you'd really be confused as to what to do.
I've been trying for. I can try again because he's got Chase and Chase just ruled out.
I'm tempted to say trade like Lamar and Stevenson for an upgrade, but with Harris on crutches now, maybe Stevenson just goes crazy. I'd be tempted to like trade Lamar and Lamb for like a JJ.
Wow. Okay, that one sounds good. I really would love Justin. I think that would shut everything down.
Yeah, that would put you in the driver's seat for sure. It also helped them. Like if they have no quarter, I don't know who their quarterback is though. Like we're just kind of. I'm assuming they need a quarterback. I like.
Yeah, he's got Burrow.
Yeah,
I think he's
not doing that. What about Lamb and? Man, this is tough to say without knowing the teams. But I would say, look, what's the QB needy team have? Name off the roster if you have time.
Oh, the guy who's got Stafford and Lawrence.
Okay.
He's got right now. He's got. Let me see. Where is he? He's got Henry, Chubb, Boyd, AJ Brown, Hawkinson. Garrett Wilson, and he's got Deshaun Watson coming back. Actually, I just saw, but
okay.
I think still Lamar's better than him.
Yeah. I wonder if he would do a Stevenson Henry swap for Lamar. I don't know. I'd definitely consider that. Yeah. Well, just try. If not, bro, you're fine. You got a really good squad. You got Stevenson about to come into a whole bunch more production and volume because I think Damian could just be on crutches for precautionary reasons, but we'll see. Lave's absolute phenomenal. White coming into his own. I like this team, man. I think you. What's your record?
I'm 7-4. A lot of it, I've been watching the show. It's my first time brave enough to call.
Oh yeah, you're weird. You're fine, bro. Well, what's your name? I'll put you in the phone, so if I see you call him more, I'll.
I've been on the thing of Freddie Rivera.
Freddie, okay. Freddie. All right, Freddie, I got you in here. Appreciate you, man. Call in anytime. You got this. Freddie. You got this, man. This team looks good. Later. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, guys, stop at the ETN. Stop at the ETN. You're not sitting ETN. Okay? There's no sitting ETN. Waddle, Metcalf, Keenan Allen, pick 2. I'm not ready to start Keenan Allen yet. Not with those options. Those options are good enough to be like, okay, Keenan sits until he proves himself a whole lot more to me. I mean, you could start him over DK. I don't know. I wouldn't, but I could understand why you would. Pick 2 wide receivers, 1 running back, 1 flex. Wide receivers, I'm going to go with A.J. Brown and probably... I guess it's a tie between Ayuk and Palmer. Just kind of pick what you want there because I'm indifferent on that one. So 2 wide receivers, 1 running back. I'm gonna go with Pierce and Pacheco as the 2 other options, but it's between Ayuk and Palmer for you. Trust your gut on that one. What's up? You're live on the Fantasy Football Show. Who am I talking to?
Hey, what's up, Smitty? It's Living Legend.
What's up, Living Legend? What can I do for you?
Man, I wanted to know just one thing, brother. I got a nice team, and I got Rashard White, and I got Connor, and I was trying to figure out which one I should start because I already got like a stacked team. I didn't know which was your opinion for this week.
All right, hit me with it.
All right, so I got let me go to my team real quick. All right, so I got my QBs. It's a super flex. So I got Gino and Kyler Murray as my quarterbacks. I got Ayuk as my wide receiver. Myers, who already played. Tyreek Hill. Kamara and Eckler as my running backs. And then I got Hawkinson as my tight end. And I got Josh Jacobs and either Connor or White for that last spot.
Nice. All right, so what's the question?
Yeah, I didn't know. Should I start Rashard White or Connor in that spot? They both like projected like that same thing. This
so
is like a full
Jacobs
PPR with bump ups.
Jacobs is in your flex number 1, and then Rashard White or Connor. You got to go Rashard White as your flex 2. In my opinion, I mean, like, okay, Connor's capable. I don't want you to think it's like a no-brainer, like you're not even considering anything else. But like, White's getting talked about as putting top 10 overall players on the bench, and I'm not saying that people getting overly excited is the way to go, like with that, thinking or whatever. Everybody, just because everybody's saying it doesn't mean, look at Tony last week. But
yeah, because I already messed up. Like I had Thielen on my bench because he was like doing me bad, and then he finally actually becomes a man for 1 week.
Yeah.
I hadn't benched him the whole year. I had him starting the whole year, and then I finally benched him, and he puts up pretty good numbers.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would say I would probably say, bro, that I wouldn't even hesitate. I would put Rashard White in there, and even if it didn't work out and Connor outscored him, it was the right call. Everything's pointing toward Rashard White to have a big day, and I think that Connor has to prove himself before he's like a lock. This news just came in from I think it was Adam Schefter or Ian Rappaport right now, this very second. It was that Isaiah Likely has been downgraded to out and is not traveling with the team, so it will be all. Wow. That's a hit for, not a huge hit, but a little hit for Lamar because his wide receiver room's a little light anyway. But Andrews,
Yeah, I'm in Baltimore, so I don't really like hearing that.
yeah, good news for Andrews though. Andrews should get fully fed, but he would have probably got fully fed anyway. Likely wasn't going to take much away from him. Here for the weekly fantasy advice. Appreciate you, Raymond. What else you got, bro?
So that's pretty much it, man. I got couple on IR, so my team was pretty good, but I got couple on IR.
Well, we're gonna help you the best we can, man. And get ready for 2023.
All right, thanks, Smitty.
Yeah, get ready for 2023 content. It's gonna be off the hook. No one's gonna be doing it like we do. On the Dynasty channel and the regular channel, make sure everybody here is subscribed to the Dynasty channel as well. I'm gonna put that link in the live chat and pin it. Appreciate you, man.
All right, thanks, Smitty.
Later. Let's see here, Dynasty channel. Let me get that link. Here we go. So here's the Dynasty channel. I'm gonna pin that link. Make sure you subscribe to that. We're trying to get that pumped up. Get those numbers pumped up. Those are definitely rookie numbers. As are the likes of this video. We have 45. We have 200 to 300 people in here. You know, in between that range, we got 45 thumbs up. 45 thumbs up for your boy Smitty. It's practically like not wiping your feet at the front door. All right, David, I didn't miss your super chat. I'm getting to it all right now. This one right here, JT, Aaron Jones, Tyreek, Debo, DK. You have White on the bench and hate it. Who can I put in over him? I think we already answered this one. It was AJ Brown or DK, depending on what you could do. I'll put DK on the bench if that's your flex, or if Higgins is your wide receiver too. I'd put DK on the bench for White, or if I had to, I'd put Aaron Jones. The chat voted Aaron Jones. So I like Aaron Jones, but there is news that he's off the injury report, though. You're the man, Smitty. Start 3, sit 1. Waddle, Rashad White, and probably, I mean, it's between Godwin and DK. What's the chat thing? Godwin or DK? Can we get a vote on this one? Godwin or DK? DK or Godwin? Let's get a vote for David. Godwin or DK? Vote for the man. Help him out. New to fantasy football ever. See a 3-8 team make it to the playoffs? Yes, I have. Finally got everyone healthy for the first time all season. I have, Cole. It does obviously depend on. It obviously depends on what the records are of the teams that are in the playoff hunt for the final spot. You know, if there are 5 wins, you could certainly still grab it. Especially if you're scoring more points than them, and you tie them, and you have more points. Because that's the thing, is you just got to win the tiebreaker. You just got to get into the same record and win the tiebreaker. That's usually how I see it done. I don't usually see you like tower over somebody at 3-8, and all of a sudden you've got one more win than them. It's a matter of like scoring more points than all those teams and creeping up and finally tying them in the last week, and then you get the spot because you got the most points. Like something like that. Definitely feel like it's been done before. I've seen it plenty of times. I see it every year, but I've done it before. This one's from Johnny 2K. Smitty, I love you, but I'm starting White over ETN. How am I supposed to sit him? I'd be starting JT Walker and White. Look, I'm not going to talk you out of it because it could work out in your advantage. You know, trust your gut. But I'm not sitting ETN. I'm just not. You know, think Tony. Think Kadarius Tony. Not saying Rashad White's Kadarius Tony. I'm not. I'm just saying that you start making decisions not with your brain, but with just your heart, and you end up getting burned. You know, you got to be a smart GM. In ETN, you would draft in the top 8 overall. So you're going to put a top 8 overall player on the bench. And I don't blame you. Like, I understand where you're coming from, but I couldn't sit ETN. But I understand where you're coming from. White should have a really good game. It may not even hurt you. It may be where they both do well. You know, so do what you feels right. But I'm not sitting ETN. Would you trade Jamar Chase for Alvin Kamara? Yeah, I would. I'm out of the playoffs and competing for draft position. Oh. My running back 1 and 2 are Michael Carter and Pacheco. Injuries galore. So you're trying to score more points, though, right? Obviously, you're not trying to take a dive for the. I mean, I'd probably say, like, we don't know what's going on. Like, he got downgraded. He's expected to maybe play. Joe Burrow said he was playing. He might have tweaked it. He might have went out there and it didn't feel right. They didn't want to push it. We don't know if this turns into it. He's not playing next week either. And then they're sitting him down until, week 15 or week 14. And we don't know. So I would take Kamara. I would take what you can get right now. Absolutely. Duvall with a super chat. Duvall says, should I play T-Law even if Fields plays? Must win week, and I'm worried about Fields rushing being limited. I mean, if you've got Fields and he plays, you've got to play him over T-Law. If you had a different option, it'd be different, but I don't think I'm playing T-Law over a starting Justin Fields. I understand he'd be limited, but I don't think I could put him on the bench if he's playing. He could still scramble and like roll out of bounds or something. Like I could still see him running a little bit. Olave, Godwin, or Jeff Wilson in the flex. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna say Jeff Wilson's probably the safest one of this trio. I love Olave, but Jeff Wilson's a little more guaranteed for a solid amount of touches. Please punch that thumb up button on your way in the door. Appreciate you all. 4 playoffs, trade Henry and Godwin for JJ and ETN. Probably take JJ and ETN. But that's a tough one. Henry does have a good schedule, but I would take JJ and ETN. Yeah. Olave says, that boy, keep Henry. See, I'd rather have JJ and ETN. I think Godwin's pretty good, though. It's close. Chase worth trading for or too big of a gamble rest of season? Depends on what you're giving up, bro. It's a gamble. It's a gamble to not take him. It's a gamble to take him on. Olave's been doing this all year. Come on now. I mean, look, I think you should figure out a way. I think he should have made a trade. To have these dilemmas this deep. You can't be putting Olave on the bench. I agree, but Jeff Wilson's guaranteed touches. There's a lot of volume there. Mostert's out. Jeff Wilson's just a safer, smarter play from a fantasy owner perspective. Like, I know you want to trust your gut, your heart, go with Olave, but you gotta, in my opinion, you gotta go Jeff Wilson because he's gonna get like 100 total yards and a touchdown, pretty much against the Texans, pretty much guaranteed, unless he gets hurt or something. Like that is a cake matchup, a cakewalk matchup, bro. Sat Fields for Mac Jones. Crazy move paid off. Well, crazy move paid off. Did it pay off, really? For sure paid off? I don't know if it for sure paid off yet. Yeah, I don't know. Kyler or Geno this week? Probably, Geno's probably safer. Geno's safer. Jeff Wilson, 80-plus yards or too much risk? Jeff Wilson's going to get more than 80-plus total yards, bro. Brady heating up. Godwin heating up. Just came from scoring his first TD. Had the rest of the week. Yep, I believe Godwin's going to be a nice little uptick value-wise. Carr or Tua? Come on, Anthony. How long you been here, bro? You've been on the show for a while now, right? Watching. What are we doing here? Okay. Tua's proved himself by this point. Let's not get crazy. Start talking Derek Carr over Tua. Hi, Smitty. Would you play Njoku or Dulcich? Probably the Dolmeister until Njoku proves totally healthy. Kyler or Fields? I mean, if Fields plays, how do you sit him? You have no guarantee of how much he's going to hold back running. If you're talking about like a Burrow or something, it'd be different. But White and Jeff over Pierce this week. Yes, Rashad White and Jeff Wilson over Pierce this week for me. But trust your gut. Mike White season is in order. That is correct, Isaac. Pierce or Rashad White this week. Give me Rashad White. We've talked about that a lot. Taking the L left to right, my dude. Sorry, Anthony. traded Pierce and Adams for traded Pierce for Adams a week before he crapped the bed. Traded Pierce for Adams. Nice job. Nice job. You definitely got him on that one. Would you trade Tua for Pacheco? My team is Hurts. I think I'd reach higher than Pacheco, bro. You can get a little more than Pacheco. I like Pacheco, but Tua should get you a little bit more than that. Reach a little higher. Reach a little bit higher. If you can't and the trade deadline comes, it's okay, I guess. But, man, you certainly are giving him a screaming steal of a deal. I'd almost rather not do it and just keep the backup quarterback. You know. Start ET. Tua better than Hurts right now. I don't know if I'd go as far as to say that, bro. But they're both very, very good. Looking at scoring in any league, let's see. I'll go to this one right here. Leaders through week 12. They're very, very close. Hurts is 3. Tua is, what is Tua at? Yeah, Hurts is 3, bro. Pretty much across the board. Let's not get crazy. Start talking about Tua being better than Hurts. Hurts is number 3, bro. And he's been 3 pretty much all year. So we can't say anybody's been outscoring him or doing better than him. Fields or Tua. You gotta go Tua this week. I don't know about rest of the season, Bryce. That's not a call you want to make right now on Fields. You can't pigeonhole me. You can't put me in a box, bro, like that. Robert, Hollywood, or Mooney this week. Probably Mooney if Fields plays. If he doesn't, then we just got to look at Like, we need to know Hollywood's status in the morning, I think. Unfortunately, Robert. Like, we got to get a feel of what's going on. Is it a snap count? Is there any worry or concern at all? Do we have no information? We just don't know. Hurts is better. That's right. I don't know what. We can't start smoking that Tua pack, you know, when we're talking about Hurts versus Tua. Anyone help Rachaad White in the flex over AJ Brown, Hopkins, or Evans? Maybe Hopkins, but that's it. Maybe Hopkins. Not saying for sure, but maybe just because if Hollywood's back. Hollywood or Deontay, we got to see what's going on with Hollywood in the morning, bro. You know what I'm saying, broski? All right, let's get these voicemails from the YouTube exclusive group. Let's see here. It is 42 minutes in is when I'm starting these bad boys. Okay, this is from Jim.
Hey, Smitty. With Joe Mixon ruled out this week, would you rather start Samaje Perine or Dameon Pierce?
Perine's a little safer than Pierce, to be honest with you, and I hate saying that.
Hey, Smitty, which wide receiver would you rather have for the rest of the season in a full PPR? Christian Watson or Brandon Ayuk?
Probably say Watson, but very close. These might have been
Smitty,
handled last night.
Which running back would you rather have for the rest of the season? DeAndre Swift or Najee Harris?
Probably Najee safer, but Swift has more upside still.
Hey, Smitty, is it still worth keeping Elijah Moore in deeper formats, or is it time to drop him?
Yeah, we got to wait and see. These were answered maybe last night, but I don't mind answering them again because they're good ones. We got to wait and see how Elijah Moore responds with Mike White under center. But if you have to pick up somebody great, you know, go ahead and drop them. But
is Mike White worthy of a pickup?
The Bruce, is Mike White worthy of a pickup? Certainly worthy of a pickup in deeper leagues, like in super flex leagues. In 1 QB leagues, maybe not. Depends on your quarterback situation.
Smitty, I got Stevenson, Walker, Adams, Hill, Chase, 2 WRs, 2 RBs, flex. I'm trying to get Cook for the home run stretch. Who else do I go for?
I don't know, bro. It's very, very vague. Let's see this again.
I got Stevenson, Walker, Adams, Hill, Chase, 2 WRs, 2 RBs, flex. I'm trying to get Cook for the home run stretch. Who else do I go for?
It's very vague, Bender. I mean, I like your squad. I don't know that you're really the guys you named. I mean, I don't want you trading them, and I don't know that you're getting Cook any other way. So I don't really love the idea of acquiring Cook. Narrow it down to something a little different there, Bender. Like, do you have a potential trade on the table? I would say I don't want to trade those players for Dalvin Cook. B-Men.
Would you rather start Brandon Cooks or Darnell Mooney with Fields out?
Brandon Cooks or Darnell Mooney with Fields out? Brandon Cooks or Darnell Mooney. If Fields is out, then I'd probably go with Mooney. Or with Cooks. If Fields is in, I go Mooney. Tyler with a 1-month membership question. Thank you for being a YouTube exclusive member. Pacheco or Foreman? Pacheco, my guy. Pacheco. Michael.
Hey, Smitty, hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Just want to know, should I go Taysom Hill this week or Higbee? Thanks.
Man, I guess Higbee, but no. I go Taysom. With the quarterback situation, I go Taysom in LA.
Yo, Smitty, what's up? Victor here.
Victor!
Yo, I'm sorry this voice, man. I'm a little drunk because of Brazil's first World Cup winning. And I want to ask you, bro, if you think Dalton Schultz is a sell-high player, or do you think we need to keep him in the team because he's a moon man?
He's a moon man. Dalton Schultz, I mean, you could always explore selling high, my guy. It just depends, like what you're going to get. I like him. I think he continues to do well. He's healthy. So I'm not panicking, like sell him high before it falls, before the value falls. It's more about, can you get an Andrews? Can you trade him and get an amazing player and you don't even need him? You've got another tight end like Higbee or something and you're like, I can trade Schultz away and get like a St. Brown or an Evans or something, then sure. Robert.
Hey, Smitty. I grabbed the Baltimore defense for the rest of the season. Their schedule's incredible. But I'm thinking of, and I also have the Eagles defense, which is not as good as the Baltimore schedule. And I was thinking of dropping the Eagles D and picking up Miami just for this week. What do you think about that?
I don't hate that at all.
Appreciate you.
I don't hate that at all. I think that could be a good move. Here's
Hey, Smitty, start 3. Dalvin Cook, David Montgomery, Aaron Jones.
Cook, Aaron Jones.
And Jeff Wilson Jr.
Cook, Aaron Jones, Jeff Wilson Jr. Easy. Light work.
What are your thoughts on trading with the contenders in your league? Like giving them multiple players to fill their holes on their starting lineup for one better player? I'm kind of hesitant to do so.
So I think I answered this already, but it's a good question to readdress this. Don't worry about anybody else but yourself. Who cares about what you're doing for somebody else's team? Are you bettering your team? Make the trade. Are you bettering your squad? Are you bettering your chances? Who cares what you do for anybody else? If you don't better your team, you're not beating anybody. So, you got to worry about yourself. Kevin.
What's going on, Smitty? It's your boy, Voicemail King. The dilemma.
Look, I already
this
answered
boy
the phone.
is trying to seal a playoff win, and I got to bench one of these guys. Your man, Tony Pollard, Rashad White, Christian Kirk.
Oh, that's old. Okay. I appreciate you, Voicemail King. Thank you guys all for leaving your voicemails. I think we may have one more from Blake.
Here's another question. Would you start Murray this week? I know you shared a video earlier about this for week 12, but would you start Murray this week, although Marquise Brown and Rondell Moore are out? Or would you prefer to start someone like Jimmy Garoppolo, who just has great weapons to use?
Trust your gut. It could go 100 different ways every single week. I'm starting Kyler, but that's me. Everyone says I'm a Jimmy hater. I'm not a Jimmy hater. He's just not a good quarterback. He's got a lot of weapons, and I agree with you. He could, stumble and fall into three touchdowns on any given game. And I said that before that game. I said he's either going to do what he's been doing, which is no touchdown passes, or he'll have 2 or 3 touchdowns because his receivers or weapons will take him into the end zone for him. And they did. So, I think there's an opportunity for Jimmy at any moment to do well. And this certainly is one of those matchups where I feel like it could happen. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with Kyler. But that's me. $20 hauler from MCF. MCF, look at this man. Look at this man. $20 hauler. Looking at playoffs. Team is Pierce, Swift, Pacheco, Murray, Hill, JJ. So you got Tyreek Hill and JJ and Lamb. That's a really good trio of wide receivers. Goodness gracious, bro. Pierce and Swift and Pacheco are not bad running backs considering your trio of wide receivers, Hill, JJ, and Lamb. Thought to send Hill plus Pierce for Henry plus Evans. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty... what do you guys think on that? I mean, I know most people are going to say don't trade Tyreek Hill, but to get Derrick Henry into your running back room and still replace Tyreek Hill with Evans, who I really like going forward, I'd probably take Henry and Evans over Hill and Pierce. I think Pierce is a concern. I take that trade. Not everybody's going to, but I take that trade. I do that. I like Tyreek Hill. I do. I really do, but I take that trade. This one's from let's see, JT, Aaron Jones, Tyreek, Debo, DK. I have White on my bench and hate it. Who can I start? Okay, I already did that one. I did that one a while ago. Thank you for your $20 hauler, MCF. I would do that trade. I don't know if everybody else... I have a feeling most people are going to say don't trade Hill, but you're going from Hill to Evans. I get it. It's a downgrade, but you're going from Pierce to Henry. So, and that's even coming from somebody that still worries about Henry breaking down. Okay, Kirkwood.
To the moon.
Kirkwood, appreciate your super chat, my guy. $10 hauler. 83 today. 12-team super flex. What's the outlook for Fields? We don't know yet. All the QBs are taken. I have Pickett and Mills. Mills isn't playing, bro. Fields has bye week next week. What about Mills replacement? No, there's nobody else. Pickett's your answer. Unfortunately, but make sure Watson isn't available. The prognosis on Fields, the last I've heard anyway, and I'm looking at it constantly, bro. And let me just pull it up since we've been on this live. I want to make sure other things aren't popping, but he's just a genuine questionable. Yeah, no update at all. He just needs to be cleared in enough time, and he hasn't been. Nothing's being said of that. Ron Navy with the 5 months of the YouTube exclusive membership, and he says Henry to the moon. Says Ron Navy. I mean, yeah, I like that trade because you're getting Evans, bro. Evans is still very good. Zamir White season, maybe we'll see on Jacobs, bro. We'll see on Jacobs, all right. Pick up Bryce Perkins, says Long. I don't know. I'd rather pick it, I think, than Perkins, bro. Zamir White season. We'll have to check on that. ABOZ says lost a few Moon Men. Pick 2, Aaron Jones, Connor, or Samaji. I'm probably going Samaji and Aaron Jones until Connor proves himself. But, bro, you could go... All 3 of those guys are good options. Mike's a little late to the party. He says Lenny ruled out. We know. We've got it, bro. Lenny. Or Mike. It's Rashad. Hey, Mike, it's Rashad White season, pal. Let's get a standing ovation for Rashad White. No, we're not celebrating injury. Calm down, all you Lenny lovers out there. We're not excited Leonard Fournette's injured. We just want him to get well. We want him to sit out, rest, and make sure he gets the proper treatment. So let me put that official report up. Mike, appreciate you, my guy. I think Mike was just saying it was official. Mike knew it was up. I got White in my lineup. Mike's got White in his lineup.
Mashed potatoes.
Mike knows what time it is. Mike knows what time it is. Here's that official news if anybody has not seen it yet. Leonard Fournette has been officially ruled out, like Mike said. Giovanni Bernard. Giovanni Bernard's still in the league? I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. Giovanni Bernard, welcome back. Welcome back, Giovanni Bernard. But it is Mike White. It is Rachaad White season. Hopefully both of them. Okay, let's see here. All right, last phone call.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
All right, let's go. Smitty, your nose just grew an inch. On what, Ron? I don't know if this is a Pinocchio reference, but what made my nose grow? I'm curious. Appreciate your super chat. Mike Jones, Mike Jones, fire. And let me see if there's any other news. So Isaiah Likely has been downgraded to out. Leonard Fournette is obviously out. If Fields can't go, the Bears are elevating. This isn't good news, but they're elevating Nathan Peterman to the active roster today. That's a bad sign. But you never know. They could be doing that just because they want to be totally prepared. But Nathan Peterman has been elevated to the active roster. So that is definitely something that I think should concern people a little bit if they're hopeful that this guy's going to play. So here's that news report here from Ian Rappaport. Nathan Peterman elevated to the active roster today. Usually that is a sign that there's potential significant doubt. You know, they wouldn't do that if they were ultra confident that Fields would be playing. Ron Navy, you're on the line.
What up, Smitty?
What's up?
I was just messing with you. It was when you were talking about Fournette being out, and we don't wish he's injured. We just want him to get the proper care.
Oh, my nose grew because
we all know we want White season. We don't want Fournette back.
Yeah, no, I know. But people get all irate in the comments, and they're like, you're wishing injury. Like somebody said in my comments yesterday, this is the only show that celebrates injury that I know. First of all, we don't celebrate injury by any means. There are people out there, there's a specific analyst out there in particular that like literally celebrates injury. I told you he'd get hurt, and like, you know, totally just celebrates and takes victory laps. I don't take victory laps. I even prefaced when that news broke, I said, we're not celebrating injury. We're not happy Leonard Fournette's hurt, but he is now doubtful. And we did the standing ovation for Rachaad White. But people just, they get all sensitive about it. But, yeah. I mean, hey, look, injuries are a part of the game. You know, it's not like these guys are getting injured and they're out for, you know, their health. They're like, you know, if someone was getting like concussed or something, that's like if someone's tweaked a hamstring and they're sitting out a game, and then someone says, "Oh, you're all excited about that because of Rachaad White." That's celebrating injury. Like it's a hamstring, bro. Like, or it's a, you know, whatever. It's not like we're talking about their long-term, like, you know, mental health or a brain injury or something. You know, like just because you're excited that a guy gets to go get into the lineup doesn't mean you're celebrating. So I know you're joking. But it's crazy how many people come at me for that. Like, oh, you celebrating because of guy. So what if I'm excited a player's going to start? Like, come on. Who are you excited about this week, Ron Navy?
Who am I excited about?
Yeah.
My normal guys, Henry. I'm excited about McCaffrey. I'm excited about. There's a few players I'm excited about.
I'm on Rashad White to blow up.
I was really excited about that Minnesota game.
Yeah.
Yeah, those Minnesota just finally they Cousins blew it up. And
to the moon.
Jefferson blew it up. And, yeah, I was all excited about that.
Yeah. Spacula, appreciate you. Rashad White to the moon season. Let's go. All right. Well, Ron,
But I am interested to see how White does for the Jets. That's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, Mike White. I'm very excited about Mike White. I'm really hoping Mike White has a day. Trade away Fields.
I did.
Go ahead.
I did a pick 'em earlier for tomorrow, so
Yeah, who you
I'll
got?
probably do more tomorrow.
Who you got?
I picked. Hold on a second. Let me pull this up real quick.
Trade away Fields and Pierce for CD and Jefferson or Jeff Wilson. Man, that's tough because I'll probably take CD and Jeff Wilson. You have Watson coming back. I probably would take that. That's a pretty good deal. Like, I hate getting rid of Fields, but what if he gets shut down for the year and you could have traded Pierce? I take CD and Jeff Wilson. That's a really tough one. If the chat disagrees on this, please let me know. Let's help out Ronnie on that. But that's too good of a deal to pass up. And you got Watson coming back. I don't love Watson over a healthy Fields, but, man, you got to do that. Go ahead, Ron.
Yeah, I like that one, CD and Jeff Wilson.
Yeah.
My pick'em, Tom Brady over 265.5 passing yards.
I like that.
ETN 5 rushing plus receiving TDs. Mike Evans over 59.5 receiving yards.
I like that.
I kind of went a little differently with Derrick Henry. I got him at over 12.5 receiving yards, believe it or not.
Okay.
And then Nick Chubb for higher than 0.5 rushing TD.
Okay. I like it.
Those are my guys.
I like it, man.
Yeah. I got lucky again. I got back on the winning. You saw that.
Yeah, Laurent Navy's hitting him again. Rashad White not wanting his blow up to happen this week. Well, Robert, I'm sorry. It's happening, bro. Buckle up. You must be facing him in a big league. Just watch that Henry video, 99 yards, stiff arm the whole team. Isaac's getting ready. He's doing his prep work. Guys, only 118 thumbs up. Please punch it up. 264. You still in here? I gotta get going, Ron. Anything else you want to say before you jump off, and then I'm gonna probably end the live.
Yeah, I overdid it for Thanksgiving. I ended up in the ER yesterday. I'm diabetic, and my blood sugar was 345. So,
oh, Ron.
Still high today, but I'm trying to get it down. But how was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. I definitely overate as well. I didn't end up in the ER, but Ron, stay well. We need you, Ron.
Yeah. Anyways, I hope everybody out there had a great Thanksgiving, and
yeah,
let's go tomorrow today.
All right, Ron.
Talk to you later.
Appreciate you, man. All right, last super chat here. Start 2, Rashad White, Ayuk, Pickens, Watson, P. Ryan must win. I'm going to go Rashad White and P. Ryan. I feel like they're the most guaranteed for touches. You know, especially with now Jamar Chase out. Likely out, you know. All right, guys, appreciate you. I'll be live later tonight, midnight Eastern, roughly. Rod Navy, get better. I'm live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, every single Monday through Friday. I'm live whenever news breaks, like this video right here. I'm also live at midnight Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Today is Saturday. I'll be live at midnight. And I'm live Sunday morning, the entire last half hour leading into kickoff. So join me. Become a YouTube exclusive membership member. That link is pinned in the live chat. It's also in the description. That allows you to ask me questions on Sunday morning because I only answer questions with people with the green names. But everybody gets to watch. Everybody gets to enjoy and consume the content. But on Sunday mornings, become a YouTube exclusive member. So, you know, we can take care of you. We got this last question here. Trade away. This is from my boy. Trade away my Chubb and Evans for JT and Jamar Chase. I don't think you can do that because you just don't know what's going on with Chase right now. I would rather have or my Dameon Pierce and Evans for same owners, Mixon and Chase. I don't want Chase, man, at this point, like in this situation. I do love Chase. I do think he could come back strong, but something has happened to downgrade him. You know, they could just be being cautious with it, but I think Chubb and Evans is worth more. I would say don't trade Chubb and Evans. And I appreciate your super chat. Does everybody agree with that? Would you rather have the Chase side? I personally wouldn't. I think Nick Chubb is still, a top 10 overall player, and Evans is still capable of being, a high-end or at least mid to high-end wide receiver 1. I don't think I'd be taking that gamble on. I love JT. Does anybody disagree? At this point? Yeah, I've been sick. I've been losing my voice. I've been losing my voice all season. When you do as many videos as I do, you lose your voice anyway. Like my voice is always on the verge of being lost. I have no octaves. Like, I'm missing so many octaves. Listen to this. I'm missing like a half a range of all of my octaves. They're all gone. And that's the nature of talking all day long every day. I calculate, I'd say between 20 and 27 live stream hours. And that's just the live streaming on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm screaming right now. Those octaves are gone. All right, I'm out of here. Appreciate you. This is the last super chat. From Gravy. Taysom Hill or potentially limited Njoku. Give me Taysom Hill until we see Njoku back. JT all the way. Stay well, Smitty. We trust in Debo tomorrow. Probably at this moment, sure. Lost my voice, but I found it under my couch cushion. It says Living Legend. All right, I'm out of here. Appreciate you all. Peace out. This one's from Cody. Cody says, would you start Rachaad White over Chubb, Kamara, or Jeff Wilson? Probably not, bro. Not over those options. That's really... I mean, maybe the Kamara one. If you're feeling frisky, Rachaad White over Kamara, but not over Chubb or Jeff Wilson. So maybe over Kamara. I don't hate that one, but, you could live to regret it, but I appreciate your super chat. Burks or People Jones, probably Peoples Jones. I can't get my voice back, Blind Larry. It won't come back, unfortunately, because I just keep talking all day for a living. The Voss is gone. The Voss will always be gone. D-Town, you're the GOAT. Appreciate you all. See you tonight.
Kenneth Skywalker. Kenneth Lightsaber Swinging Skywalker.